Why'd you just give me the...
I know better.
No better than what? I smell muffins.
You just like me for my muffins.
Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to the South Main Auto Channel. Got the 2016 GMC. It's the Acadia, the Denali, the big 3.6. Ladies driving down the road, and all the lights on the dash came on. And then they went out, like completely. Like the dash went blank, and the gauges quit working. And everything turned off inside the car. The engine still continued to run. She was still under motion. The headlights still worked because it was nighttime. But she told me the dash went blank, and I believe the center stack went blank. Everything was kind of resetting and going funky. So that's a relatively common issue here in the Northeast and the Salt Belt with these side object detection modules. I think we've actually done videos on these, so I'm not sure why I'm doing it again, but it's what we have to record. So you've got these little guys from GM. Here's the part number on those. Super duper common. They're in a terrible spot. Of course, they're back where they have to be here in the quarter trim, and they leave the lights on the mirrors. So both of the object detection lights or blind spot warning lights are on both mirrors, and you cannot communicate with either one of these modules. And she tells me that prior to this happening that nothing else had been going wrong, and that's usually not how this works. Typically when these fail, you know, you'll get a service, side object detect, service right side object detection, warning on your dash, and like one of the mirror lights will be lit and the other one won't be, and then one day it might work and the next day it won't. And the other common thing you'll get with these is parasitic battery draw, and that's really common, and that's usually pretty easy to find because you can actually find that one with thermal imaging because the bumper cover back there will be almost hot to the touch. I don't know where all the current goes in there, but these things get hot. They swell up, they get covered with salt, and it's a big mess. But evidently nothing was going on, and then just all of a sudden this happened, and then everything was fixed. All the gauges came back, and she just doesn't dare drive it anymore. I brought it in the other day to have a look at it, and both the mirror lights were on. No other lights on the dash were on. However, when I went to back it back out, service airbag and all this other stuff came on. As I mentioned, or hopefully I did, that you cannot communicate with either one of these modules, left side or right side. They're both DOA. And I go back there to have a little gander, and they look like they've been in there since the beginning of time. They're crusty, nasty looking. I unplugged the one on the left side, and water ran out of the connector. So, of course, it had the, we don't know what we're doing, so we're gonna pack it full of dielectric grease fix done to it. She's had it at another shop who allegedly put sensors in it. I don't really know. I think I might be getting some misinformation because they certainly have not been replaced. However, the one on the right side's held in with a zip tie. So I don't know. I told her what we need to do is we need to replace the modules and we need to replace the wiring harness. So I've got our wiring harness here. That's right from General Motors, fresh out of India. Apple pie, baseball, America, buy domestic, they say. So we have our harness here. So we're gonna have to pull the bumper cover off. This will be the harness that plugs into both of these modules. So there's one of the module connectors there. Here's the other one, and then it has the connectors here for the backup sensors. Okay. We have this. All of this stuff is on a forever. You're never gonna get it. Unprecedented circumstances. COVID-19 back order. Fortunately, I was able to find 2 GM dealers that had one of each of these in stock, and we've got them all transferred in, so that's great. So we didn't have to wait forever. Otherwise, the lady didn't want to drive the car with that inoperative, so it was just going to sit here until the end of time. I don't know why we're running into back order stuff again. I don't know, but it's been getting kind of stupid here lately. Mostly with OEM parts, but it's been just this back order stuff again. I thought we were done with that, but apparently we're getting back into it. So let's find out. We've got to pull the bumper cover. Got to remind myself on that. The car's crusty. She's rusty. It's 10 years old. Well, it's a 15, not a 16. So yeah, she's 10 years old. So she's pretty rough. We'll do the best job we can do. And I did tell the lady, because she was concerned, the fact that they just had the sensors replaced. Is my diagnosis right? And I said, rest assured, lady, if I'm wrong, I'll pay for all of it. And I don't want to do that because that's about $800 worth of parts. So let's hope we're right. Nah, we ain't gonna hope. We're gonna know we're right because we're gonna do some testing. I don't remember if you have to pull the tail lights or not on these. I don't recall. I know there's not many bolts. We have 2 here, this Torx bit here. I don't know. For what it's worth, I guess we'll just pop the tail light out. I can't. Whoa! They come out relatively easy. And just in case the lip of this bumper cover comes under there, looks like some 7 or 8 mils, and maybe a T20 here. That's a pretty fine looking Torx, right full of junk. All right, we'll get some tools and rip and tear. So there's that, just a little plastic washer and a screw there. Like I said, I think we've done videos on these before. That's an 8 and that does not fit. This is the 7 and it seems to fit well. Should be the same size for those taillights. There it is. That's the 2 screws out of the tail light. Oh, that came out too easy. And it does not look like that needs to be removed. I don't think. But we're already there. Classic red lock. There's that. Let's get the big heat sink on there. Oh, it must be a aftermarket. Perhaps it's aftermarket. It's for the reverse light. Some kind of LED. Maybe that's OEM. I don't know. Not sure. Must be wicked bright. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Even if we don't need to take it off, this allows us to see up there a little better, I guess. Give us more grip. Likely should pull the wheel. We're gonna, warning, we're bringing out an air tool. I didn't realize the ladies got so sensitive about that. Apparently it hurts her ears. Times have changed, folks, I'll tell you that. I think it was one of our recent videos, maybe on that Ford Escape, putting the water pump on it. Holy smokes. Whining and crying over an air tool. Get with the times, man. You should buy an effing Snappy, the guy told me. Sorry, man. I think it just comes over loud on the camera, I bet. I don't like how that one feels. There's one that comes up through the bottom here. T20. Well, be dead. So you get a few of them out of there. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Torx screws there. This should allow us access. Oh yeah. How come mounting them back here is a bad idea? Because of this. White gold, I call it, folks. White gold. It's what makes me all my money right there. It's a little love-hate thing we got going on. Me and the salt. I love it and I hate it all at the same time. It appears that this is a 7 mil as well. This is all we're after right here. I think there's some clips underneath we also have to remove. So there's that little bolt. That's gonna hold on the corner of your bumper cover. Oh, you guys probably couldn't see where I was working anyways. Okay, just like some Legos. Lego my ego. Ooh, she's nasty. I'm gonna go do the same thing the other side, and then we're gonna go down on it, and there should be some clips across the bottom, if I remember correctly. That ain't gonna happen. Not with that tool. Ooh. Probably not gonna happen with that tool either. Let me go grab a pair of side cutters. Oh, look at that. I can't believe that just came out. Today's my lucky day. Huh. Man, this thing is crusty. Alright, so there's only 2 of these little clips here. Goes up through. See the dirt road driver. He's a dirt road driver. I wish Dio would make a remix of Holy Diver and call it Dirt Road Driver. Yeah, I don't know. I should write the lyrics for it. Have somebody make it for me. Look at that. Would you look at that? I think that's all of them. So here's the other clip here. Little pusher tanks. Both of those came out without breaking them. Probably should set it down before we wiggle because there's nothing really holding it on at this point. What are you watching?
Nothing.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Wonder why it's cold in here.
It's cold?
Oh, no wonder. It's because it's chilly. That's the joke I got for you.
Wow, you're good.
So I've been told.
What are you doing?
I need you.
You need me?
Yeah, you got some, well, how many minutes do you have there? I don't want to interrupt what you're doing.
I can come back. They're not going anywhere.
Okay.
No dish fairy's coming to do these dishes.
They might. Fill up the tank with gas fairy came yesterday for you.
Oh, that's true.
Wasn't that nice?
That was nice.
We'll be out here waiting for you.
Coming.
Big skin. Hang on to that. And probably around that area. Because it's going to have a connector here, but I don't remember what side it's on. Whoa. It's right here. I thought it was over here. That's why I stood over here. Oh, mother!
Where are we going?
You gotta go that way, because I gotta go outside and close this thing. No!
I brought some chili to try.
The girl,
You didn't take any garlic back?
You weren't here
I
for
told
lunch.
you to eat.
I had to fend for myself. Luckily,
I told you what to eat.
luckily
You
there's a gas
wanted-
station down the road.
You wanted gas station food.
I can't stop. It's like
Wait, but you're gonna take
drop.
Prilosec, otherwise you're not having dinner tonight.
Oh my God, that was the best chili I've ever had. Oh, bless your heart. That's pretty good.
It's okay. It's edible.
I'm not a big chili fan because it just tears me up, and I had pizza today and I'm not supposed to eat it. But I
Your
did.
child requested it.
Which one? The middle child? Mm-hmm. Really? That's
Yep.
pretty good. You did a good job. There's one. Around town. There's the other one. Like I said, that one's held in with a zip tie, but boy, they don't look really recent. Let's go outside and hose it off and then get the harness swapped out. Like I said, I unplugged this one. It shouldn't even be relatched. I just set it up on there. And well, yeah, you can see it's still wet right there in the end. Move my corroded thumb so I don't distract you. But when I unplugged it the other day, like I say, there's water running out of it. I just can't imagine it's new. It doesn't make sense. I'm no expert, but there ain't no way in heck this sensor has been changed anytime recently. I don't even know if we're gonna build that thing. Is so swelled up. It's swole. May have been changed at some point in its life, obviously, because like the zip tie's been cut. You know, somebody's been meddling in it at some point. But I mean, this thing's so swollen, I'm not sure if we'll get it out using conventional methods here. Probably just doesn't have enough grip to. Yeah, hoping I can get a hold of it. Well, let me show you what trick me Ma taught me. Yeah, dang it all the heck. Me and my old-fashioned air tools. Some think it's overkill. Come on down. Mother. Now we got her moving. Pair of U-joint pliers here. That's not very helpful. Frig hole. Yeah, I mean, this thing is, look how swelled up. And that was before the air hammer. Like I say, she's puffy. I mean, it's all, granted we just did smash the out of it with an air hammer, but prior to that, you know, the swelling and stuff here, you know, the cracking and everything back here, this is what it is. This side here, like I say, this is obviously has been done at some point, but the way this lady's talking, you know, this is like pretty recent stuff, man. I didn't even bother unplugging this side when I was under it the other day. For obvious reasons. I mean, the other one was completely smoked, so what's the point? Yeah, and this thing's all green and corroded. Yeah, that fourth pin in is gone. So that's the part that's bizarre to me. Is allegedly this just happened, but I don't know. Sounds like a little baby rattle. Oh no, I guess the pin is there. It's just green and crusty. I don't know if you guys can see the green tinge. If you have a green tinge, go see your doctor. Yeah, so I guess it is what it is. I know my diagnosis is right. At least it is at this point. I'm going to take it outside and hose more of the mud off it. And see if we can't fit some new modules in there. And replace this harness. We're gonna take and just get all these Christmas tree fasteners popped out of the harness. And then I'm just gonna go through and unplug all the backup sensors here. I'd show you, but I'm not that ambitious. It's just a bunch of connectors that look like that, and they go into each individual backup sensor. They all look the same. As far as I know, all of these worked. There's 4 total. So this is kind of interesting. The you know, these have been swollen for so long that, you know, you slip them down in. Let me get you in, and they fit very loose. However, there's a couple holes here that line up with a couple holes in the module that are open. You see what I'm saying? They're open there, and they're open there. Chances are, this is purely my opinion, that this is the last rodeo for this car. Its rodeo days are over. It only has a couple years left, and it's going to be, you know, inevitably it's going to go into the crusher. I would say I should see if I have a really short fat-headed screw, not flat-headed, fat-headed, that we can just grab in the edge there that'll maintain this in a proper position and just at least keep it from rattling around. The one over here on the passenger side, driver's side, does the same thing. What's up, Mrs. O?
Duct tape? Sounds like you need duct tape.
It would be a good job for duct tape.
Did we do an alignment on that journey?
Yes. I don't know. Do I look like I work here? I don't know. You're gonna have to ask Joshy. He runs that side of the shop. I just sit over here and pretend I don't hear him over there struggling all day.
Wow, what a great guy.
No, I don't. I hear him struggling. I go over and say, "What?" It's usually if I hear him swear.
Then you know it's
bad.
bad.
Then you know it's real bad.
Doesn't do much swearing though.
He does not swear much. Not like me. I'm over here. Sounds like a shipyard.
No kidding. Potty mouth.
I'm not potty mouth.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. Come on. You're gonna give people think I'm a saint.
You got me fooled that much?
Oh, I do, Mrs. O. You should see what these folks say about me.
Maybe I should get on there and make some.
Don't get on there and start correcting people. Let me live in my glory. I cannot find me a little screw. So I used a 1/8 by 1/4 aluminum pop rivet, and it worked great. Probably should have recorded it, but I thought it might not work as great. But it works great. So she's locked and loaded. Like I say, this thing is doomed, and it's not long for this world, so it's not really gonna matter. You can buy these retainers, you know, in which case you'd have to have some knowledge of body work and how to do that, and cut it off and probably use like, you know, Norton glue or something to, you know, put it back together. However, this will work just fine. Here's our harness. Locked and loaded there. We're gonna take this little Christmas tree fastener out. I wasn't sure if the new harness came with some, so I was already prepared to replace them with these. Because I was talking with this lady, she's thinking car shows are going to be in her future. Well, if we black Sharpie over that judge will never see it. Guarantee it. And we started out by installing this on the wrong side. All right? So here's a quick tip. It's called How Not to Do It. I specifically looked at that before I started to make sure it wasn't going on the wrong side. yeah, here we are. All right, just wanted to demonstrate that that can be done. All right, should have known. I was like, that's weird. That harness didn't run across the bottom. That's because it's the wrong side, idiot. And then I'm just gonna go through, start putting this all back together. With car show care and quality. There. Click it up. The broken zip tie. And also the little pop rivet. Retained. There's that connector that goes up there. We'll get a little black Sharpie, like I say, just in case she hits the car show. Ain't losing points on our watch. Hey, look, it's Jim Halpert. Go ahead and try to find that judge. Oh yeah. A little bit of dirt on there. Well, take it out of focus and focus. You can't even see that thing, can you? So there's the finished product. Life hack for you. And there's those sensors that run up through there. All the way over here with perfect car show quality. Hey, nice muffins. What kind of? Looks like cornbread muffins and chili. Wow. Well, did you see what I made for lunch, huh?
Yeah, I didn't eat that.
It was good.
I know. I like it when it's been in the churner for a while.
Wow, so you're gas station pizza girls, huh?
Crosby does good gas station pizza.
Crosby's does have
Yeah,
good gas
it's very
station pizza,
surprising.
not gonna lie. Shout out to Crosby's of Avoca, formerly known as the Aeromart.
Have you ever had it in the other Crosby's?
No,
We'll have to try.
I'm loyal.
just to
I'm a
see.
loyal
Well,
customer.
You want to see if it's just this Crosby's or all Crosby's? Because it's probably all Crosby's. That's my.
I like to think ours are special.
Yours special.
Where's my kitty? Come on. I didn't know where you were. Come here. Come here, baby. How are you? Yes, a good girl. Come here. Come here. Oh, you're so nice. You're such a good kitty. You want to go see mommy? Come on. Go see mommy. Go see her. Well, I didn't just come in here to look at your muffins. I need some help. Why'd you just give me the?
I know better.
No better than what? I smell muffins.
You just like me for my muffins.
You don't have to try to install it.
I know. You've been telling me that for 20 years.
Don't try to be a hero.
I'm just here to
Hold things.
hold things.
Okay. You trying to install it?
No, I'm not doing anything.
Are you sure?
Just kidding.
Gosh, I knew you were
I
gonna.
was just kidding.
I knew you were gonna try
I was
to.
gonna like say anything bad. Need my help?
I don't think so. Hey, come on.
Does this help?
No, it doesn't.
Not gonna fall out?
Not once we put the plastic back in it. Put these back in there.
That's what holds it in?
No, it's got a couple screws, a couple clips. Don't you watch my show? We've done this video before. Where have you been?
If I go watch the show, I'll be coming
No,
and
don't
giving
watch the show.
everybody your secrets.
Don't tell my secrets. Come on.
Oh, don't watch the show either?
No,
Why are you telling my secrets?
Well, everybody knows what push, push, push means.
Oh,
Push, push, push.
how much more intimate can you get?
A lot.
We'll just keep it there then.
Okay?
Yeah.
You don't share my secrets. I won't share yours. Deal?
I'll just make my own YouTube channel about Secret Life of Mr. O.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss this back together. Couple screws here, couple screws there, a couple clips. If we were smart, we would make sure that both of those units communicate before we get too far. Although neither one of those are programmed, they should light up on our computer now, where before they weren't lighting up at all. So let me get these two screws in. We want to make sure this isn't going to fall off. We'll plug in the Altel. We'll make sure we can talkie to them. Just as squeaky as when we took it out. Let's double check that real quick, like a couple little bunnies. Let's see what our survey says. And the survey says, beep boop beep boop boop. Right side object detection, left side object detection. Fancy, fancy. Should have a code in it for not being programmed. Calibration not programmed. This is better than we had before, where it said they were all gray, like old PALM-C over there. This should also have the same code stored in it as well. Control unit software calibration not programmed. Great. Let's see, I think the other codes are from the other day when I pulled it out and it went haywire. Yeah, low voltage. Oh no, I never cleared all the codes out of it from when the lady brought it in. So anytime you get something here on this data network that goes down, you're gonna have a ton of this mess. So pretty common. See it on these, see it on Fords, see it on the Dodges. The big three, super duper common. I guess before we go back all the way, we're gonna use the Techline Connect. Ooh, she's carbon black metallic. I remember my old Honda I had. It was the Black Pearl, Crystal Black Pearl. I always called her the Black Pearl. We'll go to SPS. We're just going to go through and program these. Like I said, we've shown this before. Now this is a pay program. Okay, so this is not free on the internet. We utilize this through AC Delco. We buy our VIN numbers per vehicle. And we're going to go through, we should have side object detection left. We'll start with that one. Probably should read service data. Vehicle options, it's going to want to know if it has side object detection. Watch. What do you think? So I'll let this go through and do its thing. We'll do left side, we'll do the right side. Might take a little bit. We're using the GM MDI2 as our interface device. We have a battery maintainer on it. It's going to look and see what programming calibration is in it currently and compare it to what is available. We're just going to click next, and it has an unrecognized calibration. We're going to hit start programming, and usually these go relatively quickly. Just downloaded it, and now we'll write the data to it. It's the wave of the future, man. And this is the interface device that we utilize. Genuine Chevrolet. But when you work on these things all the time, that's what you do. So I'll let that do its thing. I'm going to finish putting some screws to it. Looks like it's already done. I just heard the dinger ding. And then this will populate real quick. Sometimes there's a little delay here. Da-da-da-da. And then we're going to proceed with the same bin. Later gator. And then we're going to do the right side. Click next. We're gonna let it know, yeah, we wanna do this for the one with side object detection. And then after we're done with this, we'll just hook up the Altel and clear all the codes out of all the other modules. So that's all done. Whoa. Whoa, man. I used TechLine Connect to clear the codes. However, that sometimes doesn't clear the codes out of all the modules. We'll double check after I get her screwed back together here. And that should be it. So I had the latch tripped. I gotta let it go through its cycle here. I did that so when I raised the car up, I could close it without, you know, catching. It's a little crusty. Story of my life. Always dealing with the rusty crusties. Someday, Rocco, someday, this will all be just a bad dream. It'll all be over. Before you put your fender liner in, make sure you put the screw up in, okay? Warning, air ratchet's coming out. Some people have expressed in our comment section, we've seen this for years, that they would rather watch mechanical stuff than electronic stuff. And the thing is, I can't really dictate what comes in my doors. I try to keep it a decent mix of knuckle dragging nuts and bolts and some diagnostic type situations. Where you at? There, little fella. What the world? But the fact of the matter is, I think people lose sight of how long cars have had electronics. And I'm not talking just like, you know, your simple points and condenser electronics, because that was long before my time as a human. I mean, the CAN protocol, the control area network protocol, was invented in 1986 by Bosch. That's 39 years ago, folks. So, you know, electronics in cars aren't anything new. Do I think a lot of this stuff, government mandated type crap they make us put in cars is overreach and nonsense? Yeah, I do, personally. You know, you can think of that however you want, but I wish we could buy a car without all the crap. You know, I don't need backup cameras and blind spot and, you know, lane mitigation stuff and early collision detection systems. And, you know, they used to call that the steering wheel. That was a post-collision detection system, but, you know, I get some of it. You know, I have folks in my life, I won't say who are aging, and, you know, they have new stuff. They always drive brand new cars. And it's all this push button crap. And, you know, push button shifters, and, you know, they're constantly getting out of their car. Oh, I didn't put it in park. And the car's, you know, going into park, and parking brakes coming on, and all that stuff. So I'm glad that those features are on those cars for those folks, but I wish we had an option. So I'm with you. I guess what I'm getting at is I just want you to know that I hear you. And I partially agree. There are some features that I like. Like, for instance, you may or may not agree, but I'm a huge advocate of, of not finishing my sentences, of adaptive cruise control. I really enjoy adaptive cruise control. However, it makes you an idiot. And it's also a little bit scary if, you know, we're humans, we're creatures of habit. You know, so for example, like my Tundra, that has adaptive cruise control. You can set the cruise at 112, it's as high as it goes, and you're cruising down the highway, You pull it behind somebody and it, you know, automatically slows down, and you pull out and puts the pedal to the plastic and away you go. I rather enjoy that feature. It gives you time to text and smoke cigarettes and eat fast food. No, it doesn't, but it kind of keeps you with the flow if you're getting a little daydreamy. The downside to that is when you hop in somebody else's car, like Mrs. O's, who doesn't have that, and you're pulling up on somebody and you about stuff it through their tailgate because you're like, you kind of expect the car to slow down. So that's my only grievance against that. Speaking of the lovely Mrs. O.
You're talking about me again?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh no.
So don't tell her. More to come on Secrets of Vanessa O YouTube channel, guys. Thanks for watching. I don't know if anybody else has that issue. Maybe that's just a me problem. But it didn't take long for me to develop that bad habit either. I bet I only had the Tundra like, I don't know, maybe a month. And then I hopped in Vanessa's car and it was like, whoa, you know, it was like almost kind of had you a little edgy to drive it because you're like, oh, I really gotta, you know, I gotta hyper pay attention here, which we should be. And I'm like, well, how much does this other crap, you know, lane keep assist and super cruise and all this other stuff, how much does that make us more lazy than add safety features? You know, I mean, I guess it does, it probably does both. But I think it makes us so we don't have to pay attention as drivers. Perhaps. And this is just strictly my opinion. I have no evidence or anything to base it off from except my own experience. You know, but if I had, you know, lane keep assist and all that stuff that kept me straight going down the road, perhaps I'm going to be a lazier driver because of it. I don't know. I knowing myself, I suspect that I would be. I'd pay a little less attention. Not that I would be smoking cigarettes and eating fast food and texting, but you could, you know, if you want to take advantage of those systems, you know. So I don't know, is it better or worse? I don't know. It would be a neat discussion to have. And you know, if people are being perfectly honest, I would like to know their opinions. Like, how does that make you, or how do you feel that makes you as a driver? Do those systems, have they helped you? Or, you know, I've been really paying attention, and oh my gosh, that just, you know, that saved me, you know, the cross traffic avoidance or whatever it is. You know, when I was going to pull right in front of that guy, but it beeped, and, you know, great, you know, that's great. The system worked like it should. But if you're being perfectly honest, what about the other features? Do they make you a worse driver in the end? Let's see, let's just do a fault scan because, like I said, I did clear them with the GDS. Oh, look at that, it worked. Okay, so we don't have to do anything else except ship it. Oh my gosh, I've tried to end this like 5 times. Take 6. Interruptions. That's it, folks. Show's over on this little guy. I don't think we're going to end the modernization of the automobile. It's going to continue to get worse. We're going to have more screens and more infotainment and more unnecessary stuff. Or, I mean, safety stuff for the better good of the people. And I'm not trying to be cynical about it. I mean, that's progress, man. I mean, look where we started, you know, back with the Ford Motor Company and, you know, mass-produced cars to where we're at today. You know, you think Henry Ford saw this? Probably not. Maybe he did. Maybe he had envisions of this. But I don't think we're going to, you know, ever see the days of plain Jane cars. And, you know, because a lot of it is government mandates, you know, the automatic park, the automatic park and brake, the backup cameras, you know, all of that stuff is mandatory for these manufacturers. So, yeah, it would be great to be able to get a car without all of it for those of us who want it. But I've seen the benefit of it over and over again for people who need it. I would be curious, though, your thoughts, if you're willing to put them in there. And most of you have an alias, so we're not going to know your real name, so we're not going to pick on you. If you say, truthfully, do modern conveniences or modern safety features on car make you a worse driver, if you're being truthful? And like I say, I think we're going to have probably a split on that because a lot of us have been saved by those features at some point. But were we saved by them because we were being lazy? I don't know. It's just kind of the stupid stuff I think about all day. I know what I'm doing. I'm getting me a couple vehicles of my choice of a certain era that don't have a lot of this crap on it. I'm not talking points and carburetors, but I'm talking if I have 2 vehicles and I get 15 years apiece out of them, that's 30 years plus my current vehicle. At that point, I'm dead. So that's great. And that's all I need. So that's my personal plan. I don't know what your guys' plan is, but that's my personal plan. Love to share more of that about with you. I put a tremendous amount of thought in it of what I'm going to do and how it's panning out. So far so good. You guys stay good in that comment section. We really took a big twist on this video, didn't we? Ansty. Facebook. Just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.